Hello and welcome to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo. We're here at the South Park Center. I'm delighted to be joined with Emma, who's come all the way from Amsterdam in the Netherlands with her fantastic film Spotless. Thank you for being here, Emma. And for those that haven't seen it, let's take a look at the clip.
Fijne dag nog. Doeg.
Volgens mij heb jij niet alles afgerekend.
Nee, het gaat om uitstel van een nog openstaande factuur.
Ja, ik wacht. Heb je een tampon voor me? Alweer?
I can't believe you're here. It's amazing. You're halfway across the world and we're having this conversation. Listen, thank you so much for bringing your incredible film to us. We're so grateful that you brought it to us, and I'm excited to share a conversation with you about it. For those that haven't seen Spotless, tell us a brief synopsis.
So it's a film about period poverty. It's a short film, and in the film we follow Ruby. She's a 15-year-old teenager, and she's getting her period. But she doesn't dare to ask her mother for sanitary napkins because she knows there's not enough money for it in the family. So yeah, that's what it's about.
You told this story, like, it was so heart-wrenching to see what this young girl is going through. Mm-hmm. Your film was heart-wrenching, and it was really, really beautiful the way that you told the story through this girl. And what's so sad is that this is an example of many young girls that can't afford, you know, basic things in life that they need on their everyday life, how expensive they are. And I can't believe the statistics that exist in the Netherlands, but also many other countries.
Yeah.
Making this story, where did the inspiration come for you in deciding to turn this story into a film?
So I love to make stories from a female perspective. I think there are many stories that haven't been told yet. So I was doing research about having your period as a young girl, because I think when I was young there was such a big taboo on talking about having your period. And during my research, because I always do like a very long research time, I found this article about period poverty in the Netherlands. Like they say it's 1 in 10 women who cannot always afford it. So when I heard those numbers and I saw those numbers, I was like, I cannot even imagine how this will feel or for them. So I think that was the starting point for me. Research, doing more research about it. Yeah, so that was the start.
I mean, this is a basic need and shouldn't be a taboo. Firstly, it's something that, you know, every woman goes through, and the way you told this story with such sensitivity was really captivating to watch. The characters that you created, the environment you created, creating those characters and the environment, did you kind of know how you wanted to sort of do it?
So for me it was very important that it was very real. Because I think what I don't like in cinema is that it feels like a film.
Yeah.
Like you're watching to a film, you know, there's a light, this is a camera movement. And what I always try to do is to throw it all out and to work with natural light and to make it as real as possible. So that's my goal in filmmaking. For me, documentaries are a very big inspiration. So what I love about a documentary is you can just do it one time. So you cannot get it from different angles, because in a documentary you cannot repeat it and repeat it over and over. So what I mostly do is I do a lot of rehearsing before we shoot, and then I just try to do one long take, or I just try to film it from one camera point, because then I think you just get the most realistic point of view of the scene.
You did that. Honestly,
almost in every scene we did it. Yes.
I was watching your film, and no jokes, I thought it was so real. I thought I was watching a documentary.
Oh, that's nice
to
hear.
I really did, and I think that takes credit to you as a director, and also the characters that you created. As a director, how did you work with your characters? Because there was some high stakes here, you know, and it was emotional. How do you work as a director with your actors?
So I wanted to be an actress when I was young. So I did some audition at theater schools and stuff. So I know how it is to be on the other side. So for me, it's very important. Like that's my main focus on a set, that my actor is feeling amazing and that I have this friendship with her or him. So we really get along like family. So that he or she feels so nice and chill on a set. So I can do everything what I want with the character. So we rehearsed for, I think, 3 months.
Wow.
And it's not only rehearsing, it's more like spending time together.
Yeah.
So baking pizza with her, just having sleepovers.
Oh,
we went to the
great.
cinema. I think that was like the beginning. And then at a certain point, what I do is I'm not giving them a script, so they never see a script. I just talk with them about the script, and I talk with them about scenes. And what I do is I try to get their world, so their actions or what they experience in life, like how are they meeting each other in the film. So I don't know how to say it good, but so for instance, when you feel left out or alone or not heard by anyone, so I talk with them about their own lives. So they give me a lot of examples and a lot of stories like they had in their lives. So when we are on the set and I talk them through a scene, and I'm like, okay, can you remember this moment from your own life? We're gonna take it back to that moment, and this is gonna be the scene, and just play, and then it's so real because they don't know what to. They just do it.
That's such a great way of doing. I mean, we want to join your set, baking pizza and having sleepovers, and then actually just authentically letting actors play, because you know how they get more freedom when they get a chance to do that. I mean, it certainly paid off.
And I like to work with non-actors.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so Alicia, that was the actress of my film. She's never played in a film before. Yeah, and it's just so nice because she's so pure. And also in my other films, I always work with the girls that they never have experience. And I think then, because they don't know what it is to be in a set, they're just so, like everything is new, so it's just so nice.
Great. And I think the way that the film was shot as well, the colors that you used, it was, very, very certain kind of feeling of colors, the grades and everything, and also the environment that you chose to shoot as well. Like, you showed that there's, the kind of existence that happens of a lot of families don't have the money, right? As well. Was that something that you kind of know? Because I thought it was beautifully shot with the apartments and everything. How was it finding the locations and all that kind of stuff as well?
So I knew exactly what kind of locations I wanted to have in the film. So it's like shot in the Bijlmer. It's like kind of the suburb of Amsterdam. It's very close to the city center. So I just went there, and because we don't had a location scout, I just went to, I think, 7,000 apartments, putting letters in their mailbox and hoping if somebody would react, because I knew that apartment. I knew, like I saw on like a rental place online. I knew what like the thing of the apartment was, like how the apartments were built. So I knew that was interesting because I want to have like some see-through things from the kitchen to the living room, and they all had it. So and it needs to be very gray, like the buildings need to be gray and super raw. And I didn't want to make it like cozy. So we took everything out, but the apartments were super old. Like all the people who lived there were pretty poor. Yeah. So I really wanted to shoot it there because I really wanted to, because it's really happening there.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. It's part of its environment. Yeah. Well, one of the things that you've mentioned, which is heart-wrenching word, and the word taboo, that this is, it should not be a taboo. And one of the things important to you is to show films about, from the female perspective, but this is something that should be mandatory, complementary, in the world, right? What, for you making this film, knowing the kind of statistics, knowing how awful it is to women, but also just the lack of support for young women when they're going through this and access to it, what did you want from this film for your audience to take in and realize and understand?
So for me, it was when I read this article about period poverty, I couldn't imagine anything of having this kind of troubles. So what I really wanted to do with the film is I want to create this awareness about period poverty, and I wanted to put the audience in the life of this girl. Like, I wanted the audience to experience how it is to have period poverty. Because it's so, when you read an article, you're like, oh shit, that's heavy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will ever really comes to your heart or to your soul, because you don't know how it is, because you don't know like the circumstances, or you don't wake up with that feeling. But what I really try to do, and that's why I shot it so realistic, is to really let the audience experience how it is to have period poverty.
Absolutely.
From this perspective, from this young girl. So yeah.
And that's why we need more, more women in powerful
We
those
do.
positions
Yeah.
and men to
Yeah.
actually educate themselves and understand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So and have empathy to that.
Yeah.
What has the experience been like to taking this film, taking it, throughout the Netherlands, Europe, around the world? How has that experience been for you?
So I was thinking that this was such like a female film. I didn't have the feeling that there was a very big audience for it. I just wanted to tell the story, but I had no clue that this was like such. Yeah, of course I knew that it was an important topic, but I didn't know that there were so many people watching it and loved it, like even men, women, like old, young. It's just amazing. So we had our world premiere at the Berlinale.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we won the Crystal Bear. Yeah, I know.
It's amazing.
It was amazing. And I think from there, it just took off. So we traveled all around the world, and it was so nice. And then I won a Young Director Award in Cannes, and then in Canada we won Oscar Qualifying Festival, and so we're submitted to the Oscars. And we have like this whole school education thing around the film we built, like for international schools. And so we won a lot of prizes, and we just played everywhere. It's just so incredible. It's just, I don't know, I get super excited.
I'm excited, but I can feel it. There's a lot of excitement and well deserved, because it's a very, very important subject that needs to be spoken about.
Yeah.
And so fully deserved to be, going where it's going, and congratulations on all of that. That's
Thank you.
Amazing.
But it's so nice that the audience also opened up for it.
Yeah.
I think that's also great, because it's a hard topic.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch. It's not like a nice film that you watch on the couch with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Like you really have to sit for it and just, So I think it's lovely that there's such a big audience for it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and everybody in the world should see it.
Yeah.
And it's a game changer in this topic. So
Yeah.
well done for
Thank
you.
you.
As much as celebrating this film, and we'll do that at New Filmmakers and beyond. What is next for you, Emma?
So I just shot a film in France, a short film. Also, I won a wild card for my graduation film, so I got money to just make whatever I want. So I just
That's great.
went to a road trip in France with a very small crew. It's also amazing. It's about a mother and a daughter. And I'm working on a research project for children of alcoholics, growing up with alcoholics' parents. But I'm researching it now. Like I'm doing it already for a year. Like it's taking a lot of time, because I really want to understand the world before I write a script. So it feels very real. And I'm also making commercials to earn some money.
Yes.
Filmmaking is not giving me a lot yet.
Well, you're doing a lot, and the time will come. So don't
The time
you worry.
will come.
It
But
will
it's
definitely
nice.
come.
I also love to make commercials and to make like very realistic commercials.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you certainly did that in Spotless.
Yeah.
What for you're obviously so early in your career, doing so much, achieving so much, and congratulations on that. For people that are listening here that are thinking, oh my goodness, how do I start? How do I do it? What advice have you got? Is there anything you could share with our audience, with our filmmaking audience, of anything you stand by as a creative person that can help them in their careers?
So what really helped me, while I was at school, I was always thinking I need to create like these very big stories about big things, about like, I don't know, with fights and stuff, because I also like all the Marvel films, I like the blockbusters, and I was like, I need to create this. But then I was like, I don't even like those films. So why don't I just have a look at myself and the people around me, like my neighbors or my good friends, and why don't I tell stories about them?
Yeah.
So I think to keep it very personal and to keep it very small, I think then you create the most beautiful stories, because nobody has your perspective on the world. And I think, yeah, just really believe in the stories you would like to see, and don't think too big. I think that's my biggest advice.
Well, don't think too big, but you're making it big. So
I think that's
the
the
most
end.
amazing thing,
yeah,
right?
so because of course I want to have a big audience, and I want to go like internationally. I want people see my film everywhere. But I think to create this story, just keep it very small.
Yeah.
Because then you can create like this very new perspective.
Yeah.
Instead of going on like looking at all the big things.
Well, you have humbleness as well, so but listen, Emma, Spotless is an incredible film. Thank you for sharing it with us at New Filmmakers. We're delighted to have you here. Thank you for coming from Amsterdam to be with us, and we're very much looking forward to continued success and your next films. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.